Salutations friends and welcome to another video of SpellForce 3. Okay, so let's go right ahead and talk to Angar.
Tahar, ready to discuss the next steps?
So we can proceed with the main quest. Let's also, listen to these dialogues here.
There's just one thing I still can't wrap my head around. How did Lacane become so powerful? How could he rally so many people behind him?
The big question, isn't it? In the end, I think it boils down to the fact that he poured salt into the wounds the Mage Wars had left in Northander. You see, it's not hard to rally people behind you if they are desperate enough. He just gave them a simple answer to a complex question. And the people believed him. Though I don't consider him a pragmatist, he really believes in what he says, that Aeonia will return once mankind has repented. Which worries me even more. There's nothing more dangerous than fanaticism, fueled by magical power. Your father is the best example.
Fair enough.
I want to talk about Sentenza. His death.
Well, what is there to say? As I heard the story, he didn't leave you much choice.
So you're not angry?
For you defending your life? No. I never understood why he was so obsessed with hunting you down to begin with.
But he was acting on your orders.
Well, yes, strictly spoken, he was. You were a traitor. Or at least, that's what we thought back then. That witch hunt in Iskander, the battle at the Eye, that was his choice.
Okay.
I see.
Oh, okay, so that led to another dialogue, but I already listened to the other one, so good to see this leads nowhere.
You didn't tell me yet. How exactly did you get here? Weren't you in Greyfell when the Harbinger took over?
No, I wasn't. Otherwise, I wouldn't be standing here. But we were on our way back the night it happened. As you can imagine, it was a hard choice to make. But eventually, I left my pride behind and realized attacking Greykeep with the little division I was traveling with would have been suicide.
So you fled?
We retreated. The rest is simple. We went to Iskander because we had heard the rumors about your army. There we met one of your scouts, and then the Elven woman, Iria of Finon Mir.
Oh, she decided to let you in?
Correct. You know the rest. Your people were a bit distrustful at first, and I don't blame them. After all, they'd been fighting the Royal Army not too long ago. But eventually, they realized that we were on the same side.
Well, okay then.
I hope that we are.
We are. Trust me.
Okay, let's move on.
Alright, let's discuss what comes next. I'll go get the others.
Good.
Good. Now that you're all here, I'd like to plan how we proceed. As...
Tahar, I think you should allow yourself some more rest. You were in a coma for more than a month, and we still don't know what that melding actually did to you.
Isn't it obvious? It made him more powerful.
Yeah, but where does that power come from? What effect does it have on the human body or the psyche? We don't know.
Well, we don't actually have time, do we?
I'm alright, Iskrim. Just trust me.
Fine. Then go on.
Thank you. So, our objective is clear. We need to defeat the Purity of Light and save my mother. Angar, am I right to assume that Lacane made Greykeep his new base of operations?
Correct. It's the center of his power, which is both good and bad. It's bad because Greyfell was built to withstand any kind of ambush.
And why is it good?
Because it also means if we succeed and reconquer Greyfell, we'll cut off the snake's head. Once we kill Lacane, the Purity will fall. However, there's no point in fooling ourselves. That battle for Greyfell will be bloody, and if we want to have even the slightest chance of winning, we need to join the remaining houses.
Ultran, Hallett, and Wolfgar.
Yes. If we put this army together with theirs, we might stand a chance. Also, you should see if you can strengthen the alliances you already have, Tahar. I have a plan regarding that, so we can talk further once this meeting has been concluded.
So do I.
Alright, so where do we start?
It's up to you. But before we can even think about arranging a conclave between the houses, we need to break that spell the Harbinger put on my sister Myra. Iskrim, any ideas?
Actually, it should be simple. We need to find the one controlling her, take the rune, and, well, Destroy it in the forge.
And who is controlling her? What if it's the Harbinger himself?
I doubt it. The manipulator has to be physically close to his subject, so it'll most likely be someone in Lady Myra's army. But your rune will react to another rune's presence, so once that person is near, you'll feel it.
Good. Then I have a plan. The Harbinger has taken up position in Iskander, between the Utran and the Everlight border. You know that place, Tahar. It's where your father started his rebellion, and where Sentenza almost captured you.
The Loyalist camp. So what's your plan?
We strike in full force and take the castle. He'll be forced to initiate a counterattack, and my sister's armies, the Utran army, will be the closest ones at hand.
A bait.
Yes, we hold the castle against the main army, whereas you, Tahar, and a small troop get behind enemy lines. You find the rune carrier and strike from the shadows. Obviously, you'll have to act quick. We can't hold against the entire Utran army forever.
Okay.
What if killing the rune carrier won't break the mind control?
We'll just have to hope that doesn't happen.
All right. So we take over the castle, wait for the Utran armies to cross the border, sneak behind their lines, and eliminate the rune carrier. And once Lady Myra is freed, we will try to gain the support of House Hallett and House Wolfgar.
Yes, though we'll need to take care of something else before that. But let's discuss this when the time comes.
Agreed. One more thing. This will be dangerous, and our original mission has been completed. In other words, if any of you are thinking of leaving, now is the time. Well, then we best get prepared now. I'll tell you when we head out.
Understood. Tahar, I'd also like to talk with you if you have a moment.
Corporal Tahar. A word, if you will?
Who are you?
Private Miller, Corporal. I'm from the Royal Army and came here with the Lord Marshal. We've captured someone who we suspect belongs to the Purity. He was seen in the deserted village outside this city, and he looks suspicious. He claims to be a simple courier sent to deliver a message to you, but we didn't want to take any risks. He's outside, near the entrance to the caves.
I see. Thank you, soldier. Dismissed.
Corporal?
Okay then, so we're done.
Yes?
Let's go outside. Angar's auras are a bit insane, especially in the cutscenes. They really should have, well, downplayed them a bit. Looks a bit insane. Looks cool, but... Man. Bit distracting. Bit too much.
You said you know where we can find more allies.
Yes, I do. I'll make it short. The Ash Reavers have invaded the foot of Barga Gor. If we defeat them and their leader, like we defeated Krell, their soldiers will join us.
The Ash Reavers? I'm guessing that's another orc tribe.
Yes, you already met them, back at Farland's Hope. They are a very violent tribe. A lot like what Krell wanted the Fire Wielders to become. And they are nomads. They never stay in one place for more than a couple of moons, which is why their city is basically a movable fortress.
So, we head back to Barga Gor and defeat them. Sounds simple enough.
Well, yeah. Except for one thing. Kagan, the Ash Reavers chieftain. I think this invasion is about more than gaining new territory. It's personal. He despises me. And that's putting it lightly.
Why? Because you killed Krell?
No. It's more complicated than that. Do you remember the story about my trial? About Rain?
Yeah, I do. You took the Shapeshifter's trial together, and she sacrificed herself so that you could live.
Yeah, she did. To get to the point, Kagan is Rain's true brother. To this day, he thinks that I killed her.
Well, yeah.
Did you ever try to tell him the true story?
We only met once. And yes, I did try to talk to him. It ended in a fight which I won. That disgrace only added to his hatred. And truth be told, that was my last attempt to convince him. I knew it was fruitless. Our tribes lived weeks of journey from each other. And, well, the memory of Rain's sacrifice is painful enough for me as it is. I just wanted it buried, Somewhere in the dark corners of my mind where I'd never have to face it again. Which, as you can guess, didn't work. I still have nightmares.
I see. And that's why he invaded Barga Gor.
It must be. Bloodthirsty as the Ash Reavers are, there is no reason for them to start a war with the Fire Wielders, especially now that we unified them. He must have heard that I'm behind this, and that rekindled his hatred for me. In other words, we need to stop him, and as fast as possible. According to one of my sources, the Purity is also planning to start an attack on Barga Gor. The Fire Wielders should be able to hold them at bay, but not if they have to wage war against the Ash Reavers at the same time.
Why is the Purity attacking Barga Gor?
Isn't it obvious? To eradicate us. Just like the Dark Elves, we Orcs are a creation of the renegade gods, so we aren't even given the chance to repent. Lakain's war doesn't stop in Northander, Tahar. He plans to take on the entire world.
I can't imagine Lakain would fare well against the Dark Elves, but who knows?
But that's crazy. He must know he can't win this.
Does he? He's a fanatic.
Yeah.
He thinks Aeonir is acting through him. I promise you this, Tahar. Even the moment your blade is at his throat, he'll think he can still win. He has completely lost his grip on reality.
Huh. So what's the plan? Return to Barga Gor, drive back the Ash Reavers, and kill Kagan?
If all else fails, yes. We will kill him. For the sake of my people, and for our cause. But he's Rain's last living kin. So I want to first try reasoning with him instead. There must be a way to convince him that I'm not a liar, that I didn't kill his sister.
All right. I'll tell you when we head out.
Yes, Chieftain Czar already left before you woke up to get an idea of the situation. I know time is sparse, but we should leave as soon as possible. And thank you, Tahar. I appreciate it.
Well, no problem. We should probably get some orc plans. I mean, we're pretty well. Yeah, it's gonna take a lot of money, but we can sell a lot of stuff. We'll see. For now,
Interesting.
I don't think so.
Tell me, Angar. Do you regret helping the Purity, now that you've seen their true face?
That's a hard question to answer, and you know it. On the one hand, yes, I underestimated them. On the other hand, back then, it was the only logical thing to do.
Logical.
Yes.
Yeah.
After all your father did in the Mage War, the people were angry, desperate, broken. The Purity channeled and still channels these emotions. It may sound cynical to say that now, but if it hadn't been for the Purity of Light, something far worse might have happened.
Really?
Worse than a mage genocide? You let the Purity murder hundreds of mages.
Most of them were war criminals anyway. They would have been sentenced to death no matter what. But that is not to say that my decision to give the Purity of Light that much power came easy. I'm not free of self-doubt and empathy, Tahar, even though it may seem that way to you.
However, I will not lie. Mages are a problem, and something needs to be done about them. If we don't, it is only a matter of time until a second Isamo Tahar will appear and once again plunge the world into chaos.
Well, yeah, we certainly...
We need a group that represents mages. Then treaties could be made.
That is an interesting idea. But before we can decide on any course of action, we need to deal with the current threat first. But to return to your question, all I did was take every factor into consideration and decide accordingly. You did the same, more than once. I've heard of the trail of destruction you've left behind on your journey. Many people died under your command.
Yeah.
We tried to help wherever we could.
I believe you, but have no doubt that there are many who don't. What I'm trying to say is, there might have been a better way to handle things, but I did not see it. I did what I could, and even though it turned out to be a mistake, I have no regrets.
Okay.
I wanted to talk about Leonon.
I had a feeling you would. Look, back at Greykeep, the situation seemed crystal clear. You killed 3 of your brethren, and General Noria openly spoke out against you. Similar to my policy regarding the purity of light, I can now see that I was wrong. But again, all I did was to take all factors into consideration and decide accordingly. It was all I could do.
Well,
I understand.
That's good. Either way, you've been pardoned. And more than that, now we're fighting side by side against the real scourge of the Empire. I don't hold any grudges against you. And I can only hope you feel the same.
well, yeah.
The past is the past.
It is indeed.
Don't need any more dicks than Sentenza.
Did you ever think about what would happen if the Queen never wakes up from her coma?
She will wake up. The healers claim that she's already getting better.
They've claimed that ever since the dragon incapacitated her.
The Queen has Hibernian blood in her veins. And as long as her heart is still beating, I will not waste any time thinking about something that might never happen. Though, of course, that is not to say that others at the court haven't done it. Most people believe that Queen Aelith doesn't have an heir. But that's wrong. She does.
Really? Who?
A cousin. I suppose you know about the Queen's problematic ancestry. The ability to give life has always been impaired in her bloodline, which is why she does not have any brothers or sisters. However, it was rumored that her uncle, Anno Aelith, left an heir before he died. A bastard son.
It's the first time I've ever heard that.
Yes, because the Crown took measures to quiet these rumors. Suffice it to say that Queen Aelith's supposed cousin is far from an ideal candidate for the throne. But I will not go into detail on this topic. It is irrelevant. And it will stay irrelevant. Because the Queen will survive. I can feel it.
Okay. Well, we're not actually leaving now,
I'll
but
be leaving now.
All right.
What
okay.
do we need?
Yeah, about the Wayfarers.
You said that you have an idea on how we can get more allies to fight the Purity.
Yes, I do. It's someone you're already familiar with. At least, according to your friend Iria. The Iron Falcons.
You want to convince them to join our troops?
Not all of them, obviously. The Field Dog are an even greater threat than the Purity, even if most people nowadays have almost forgotten about them. What I suggest is that we strike a bargain with them. They give us a small division of their elite keepers, and we provide them with twice the amount of footmen and maybe engineers to make up for it.
Engineers and infantry for a handful of knights. Is that really worth it?
It is. The Falcons aren't only excellent fighters. Their presence will also inspire our soldiers. They're living legends.
Man, I have such a boner for a Field Dark game. Yeah.
That's not what it seemed like when I was there. High Keeper Aranor almost lost the tomb just because she was too stubborn to cooperate with the Deathmen.
Well, given that the latter now fight for the Harbinger, her mistrust wasn't that unjustified, don't you think? But still, you make a fair point. Keeper Aranor is complicated. But if what the elf told me is true, she learned her lesson.
All right,
Let's
it's
hope
worth
so.
a try. When do we set out?
Whenever you want. Thanks to these Godstones, it won't take us long to get there. So I'm not expecting this mission to cost us more than a day, 2 at most. We should probably take some troops with us, just in case the canyon is still unsafe.
Fair enough. I'll let you know when we go.
Good.
Nice little detail there. So yeah, traveling by the Godstones would make their travels
Understood.
a lot shorter, so going everywhere, like Bargagor and Everlight,
What's next?
all these places would take, what, months? Giving the Purity a lot of time to prepare. This way we have an explanation. Okay, so we need to talk to Yana as well, about the more here troops, okay. She's outside. The loading screens still aren't perfect. And this is on an SSD, so you would expect better results. But they're far better. On release you would just get stuck on 57% for gods know how long. Okay, so just a bit of patience and we're here. So Burgle here,
Yes.
I could see if he has some plans.
Yes.
I won't go to Bargagor just yet. I'll do the more here mission first.
Yes. Looking for some orcish craftsmanship?
Yeah, these are just armors. For now, there's basically none better than the one I have already. Yeah, let's forget about that. Also, yeah, I want to get the messenger. That's it.
Oh, great. Another one. How often do you want me to tell you? I'm not a spy, and I'm not with Purity.
Wait, you're their leader, aren't you? Corporal Tahar.
Yes.
Well, then maybe you can tell these fools to let me go. Blazes, I knew it was stupid to take that job.
Yeah.
So, who are you? And what were you doing in Farland's Hope?
As I told this bloody brute who captured me, I'm just a courier, and someone paid me to deliver a message to a Corporal Tahar. I had no idea it was the Corporal Tahar, and had I known, I would have told that guy who gave me the job to sod off.
Just how many Corporal Tahars are there?
Who was it?
Well, he was wearing a hood, so he obviously didn't want to be recognized, but he had a brown beard, was about your height, and had, I don't know how to put it, a certain sadness in his eyes.
But he didn't look dangerous and paid good coin, so I took it.
Can I see this message?
Finally, someone who asks. Yes, it's in my coat pocket, and no, there's no poison in there to kill you.
Let me see. A meeting in Everlight. From a friend.
Who would
A
it be?
friend, you see? Can I go now?
Yeah, let him go.
Yes. Go.
Thank you, Corporal. Thank you. Now, don't get me wrong, but I want to get out of here as soon as possible. Do you think your guards will let me through?
They will. Stay safe.
I'll try.
What do we need?
Okay then. So, Yana, she's here.
Yes?
Ah, Tahar. Good of you to come by.
Sure. You wanted to talk?
Yes. I'll be brief. While you were asleep, an elven messenger came by. Varden Merilith, one of the Moorhere scryers from Leafshade, sent him.
Merilith? What did he want?
Only that he needed your help. They, that is, he and a couple of his followers, seem to be somewhere deep in the Leafshade jungle, near the Haalâyash ruins.
Okay.
The old Hibernian city. But what do they want there? That's dangerous.
I don't know, Tahar. We will need to find out.
Yeah, that's where we're going first.
Do we really have time for this?
That is something you will need to decide. But if we don't help, it might cause unrest within the Moorhere, who are fighting for us.
Yep, we'll do
All
it.
right. We might look into this.
We should. Is there anything else you wish to discuss, Tahar?
Nope.
Yes.
Okay, so that's pretty much it. Yeah. So everyone's leveled up. We'll do that on the world map. Let's go. First, I'll head off to Everlight so we can meet the stranger. Stranger, as if we couldn't just guess who it is. Okay, so let's level everyone up first. Obviously, I want to get brutality to maximum as soon as possible. Yeah, let's get Constitution, just so we can get the best armor. Area. Yeah, let's get the perks first. Double damage and critical chance. She already has that perk. Dexterity is at maximum. So maybe getting her focus regeneration. Yeah, I would like to give her some more health, but more focus so she can use spells is probably the best. Isgrim. Get more health. Getting him on more strength. Or... yeah, cooldowns. And spell power? Yeah, awesome. 20% is quite a lot. More willpower. Uram. Yeah, let's give him more constitution as well. Pure damage. Yep. Wait a second. Leech life. Yep. That's what I want. As for Rowan, it's kind of a weird hero. I like him, but... let's see. Block chance, that's 2.5%. No, let's get focus when he kills an enemy. And yeah, level him up so he can use better armor. Undergast. Paradox. These are all good, but focus regeneration? Yeah, healing abilities will be useful. Intelligence. Yana, she's always gonna be a bit weak. She can be strong, but the damage inflicted, block chance isn't gonna do much for her. So I'm just gonna give her more health. Reducing cooldowns will probably help. But damn it, still can't get that. Still can't get Dark Slumber. So auto attacks is always helpful. Erendir is already a beast. I'm gonna give him more health, and he's a two-handed weapon wielder. So let's see. Any perks around? No, already have them all. Yeah, do we get cleave? Hit multiple enemies. Well, yeah, let's go with that. And everyone's fine, so let's quickly go on to Everlight. I'll bring Erendir. I'm not sure if he has any extra dialogue with the stranger, that we already know who it is. Let's bring Rowan. We won't be here long,
of
so
the few refugees
it's just
who make
dialogues.
it to Everlight, many are shocked to find that their troubles do not end there. Though its neutrality as a city-state left it largely unscathed during the Mage Wars, the city has its own mountain of problems to struggle with. The biggest ones being the ever-growing gap between the rich and the poor, an uncontrollable rise in crime.
Okay, this is it, and he should be around here.
Yes? What do you want?
Okay.
Got it. Anything on your mind?
Yeah, Bertrand.
Yes?
Hardly a surprise.
Tahar, over here!
Bertrand, what? Did you send the message?
Well, otherwise I wouldn't be here, would I? And no, this isn't an ambush. The Harbinger doesn't know I'm here, and if he found out, well, it would get unpleasant. Look, Tahar, I don't know where to begin. I'm so sorry for what Lakain did. Taking your mother, trying to kill you. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Did you know?
No, I didn't. He always spoke very highly of you, even though you were a mage. I don't think anyone within the Purity knew the bigger picture. But now that I do, it makes sense. He needs the power of the Shaper Woman to open the gate. I just don't understand why he would try to kill you. By guiding the Harbinger to the Shaper Woman and ending the Bloodburn, you served the All-Father just as he foresaw it.
Yeah.
Well, he also foresaw himself killing me. Then why are you here? Have you broken ties with the Purity?
What? No, of course not. I'm here because I'm worried about you. I know what you are planning to do, taking back Greyfell. You can't win this, Tahar, and all you will achieve is cause even more suffering. Aeonir will return. It's a divine plan, and it is the Purity's responsibility to see it through. The longer you struggle, the more bloodshed you will cause.
Yeah.
We will cause. We aren't the ones hunting down mages, conquering cities, and forcing our faith down other people's throats.
Blazes, Tahar! Do you really think this is easy for me? I know we were forced to do some things you might have trouble understanding, but it is for the greater good. As the Harbinger once said, this world, it's like an ulcer, a cancerous growth. The only way to change it is by cutting off the ulcer, and that is always painful. So yes, I know there are people who might consider us evil, but that's because they don't see the bigger picture. They don't see the beauty that lies ahead if only we cleanse this world and open the gates. In 100 years from now, we will be remembered as pioneers, as heroes, whereas you will be the ones who stood in the way of change, only because you refused to see the truth.
Yeah, right.
I have no idea what the Harbinger did to you, but you've completely lost your mind.
I knew you'd say this. Well, then I guess there's no point in continuing this discussion any further.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but there is no solution. The Harbinger attacked Mullendir, and his intent is to hunt down every single mage on Io. We have no choice.
You do. You could run.
What?
I said you could run. You and your friends. Disband your army, go into hiding, conceal your magic until it is all over and the All-Father has returned. The waves will calm. I just know it. Then you will see that we were right, and no one else needs to die.
Apart from the ones who refuse to give up, or who are unlucky enough to be hunted down by your Lightbringers.
They could do the same. And if only they had a hint of reason, they would. Only a fool tries to fight the troll with a sword made of wood.
Yeah, right.
What would the Harbinger do if I told him of this meeting?
You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't stab someone in the back who tried to help you.
I can't, Bertrand. I don't get how you don't see this, but the Purity is a threat for all of Io. I can't and won't let them murder more people.
Well, I had a feeling you would say that. Then it seems the only way to settle this is more bloodshed. I never imagined it would ever come to that, you know? And I hope it hadn't.
Well, not much we can say about this. Bertrand's completely insane. Just another fanatic. But we did get some sweet experience from this, so I guess it's not so useless. Okay, so Old Haalâyash is up here. That's exactly where we're going. Now, I want to bring Yana. She has some extra dialogue, I think. I think it's been a while since we brought her along? Not sure, it's been a while. I definitely would like to get a healer, so Undergast maybe? Now let's bring Iria. That way we have Angar and the Avatar. Yeah, seems like a pretty solid team. Do I want to bring Angar? We're gonna meet the elves, so Iria, of course I want her. Gonna meet the Dark Elf too, so I wonder if Gore has anything special. Probably not, but we'll bring him.
When the sun shines onto the turquoise marble of Old Haalâyash, it is difficult not to admire the greatness of what was once the largest Hibernian city on Io. Only the story of its creation may dampen an explorer's enthusiasm. Like most Hibernian cities, it was built on the backs of slaves.
Well, the Hibernian Empire is hardly an example.
Look, up ahead. I think that's them.
Not saying you are wrong, but maybe now wasn't the best time to cause turmoil among your people, don't you think?
There was no way I could have known this would happen.
Maybe not. Maybe you could have. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Seems your allies have arrived. You're Tahar, aren't you? Silverhand is pleased to meet you.
Careful, Tahar. This man's aura is overwhelming.
It is indeed, but that doesn't mean he wants to harm you.
Yeah.
What was that? Did you just...
He did. He's a dreamweaver, Tahar, just like me. But don't worry, it does not mean he can read your thoughts. All he can do is transfer them to you, just as I can.
Silverhand couldn't have put it any better, young lady.
He?
Him. Silverhand. The man you were talking to.
Okay.
So, here we have another Circle Mage.
Who are you?
Future Circle
Just call him Silverhand. Most people do. He's a friend of the elves, you might say. Particularly of the brown blood Moorhere kind. And he's here because his friend Varden Merilith told him they had gotten themselves into trouble. Once again. Arlen Finrior, the first scryer of Lathwen, has disappeared.
Ran off? I think that's a better way to put it. But let's talk in the outpost. Follow me.
Could have at least given him a unique portrait. I mean, one of the Circle Mages, but... oh well. So
All
yeah,
right.
don't bring...
So,
yeah, no
where
special
do we
dialogue.
begin? The corruption hit again, harder than before.
But why? We cleaned the pools, didn't we?
You did, yes. But as it turns out, that was only temporary. After you left, the corruption came back with a vengeance. So far, we have lost over a dozen hunters to it. Then, one night, Arlen Finrior ran off, just like that.
Why would he do that?
Well, he left a note. To cure the corruption.
There's more to it, though. Silverhand hasn't told Varden yet, but he can feel it.
I see. So you're here to find Arlen, is that it? And that's what you need our help for?
Yes, despite Silverhand and his mages, the jungle turns out far more perilous than anticipated. There's corrupted, there's those beasts, and there's purity, as they like to style themselves. Silverhand would call them self-important blockheads.
So what do you need us to do?
The same you did in Leafshade. Find the cause of the corruption and end it. And of course, find Arlen if he's still alive. If we don't settle that matter, we don't have a choice but order the troops we provided you with back to us.
Not to mention that the corruption might spread, which, after this land just lived through the Bloodburn, would be an unfortunate development indeed.
Any idea what the Purity is doing here?
None. They seem to be peaceful, as far as that can ever be said about them.
Peaceful, yeah.
Maybe you'll find out.
All right. I'll scout the jungle for traces of Arlen and the source of the corruption. You stay here and make sure your camp is safe.
Good to hear. Thank you, Tahar. I mean it. We'll hold our position.
Though Silverhand might reach out to you every now and then. We shall see.
Fair enough. Stay safe.
Is there anything you need?
Okay then, let's see. There should be a Godstone around here. No? Yeah, that's one there. Let's get the one we missed at the beginning. Two of you can go and get the other one.
If you insist.
Yes?
It's a pretty big map.
That man can talk in our thoughts?
So it's... He's a dreamweaver, like Iana.
Well, I'm glad she doesn't do this often.
Yeah.
So, what's the plan?
So you can already tell this is gonna lead into an RTS map. But it's not
Just give it a whirl.
just... Yeah, it's gonna be a while.
As you want.
Okay, before we cross the bridge, let me just check here. No, you're pretty much fine for now. Iria. Yeah, Eagle's bow is still pretty damn cool and good. However, no additional damage. But it's a lot faster. It's worth it. Yana, let's see. Basically, already has the best we can give her. Yeah, should definitely give her more armor. We'll lose some dexterity, but she's gonna be better equipped. Yeah, that doesn't look great on her, but it's... yeah, we're just gonna have to sacrifice looks. Damn. Yeah, spell cooldowns, I would rather not have that. Well, we're just gonna have to deal with this. To her, hardly anything is gonna change with him. Okay, Titan's armor is pretty damn cool. I think I'm gonna wear it just for the looks of it. Damn, that looks good. More regeneration, but yeah, I mean, this one, it's basically the same, but it doesn't regenerate. Hopefully it does make some difference.
They will fall. Blazes, that's a lot of them.
Tahar, Silverhand has felt something shift. What's happening?
Abominations, help us!
Abominations.
Patient, not yet.
Tiara's breath. That was close.
They seem to be coming from the south. Maybe that's where we should look for the corruption then.
Okay, then we get some extra troops from the moor here.
Scryer?
Not that many, but okay, are they regenerating? They seem a bit weak, but that's because he's a mage.
Quite the breeze, isn't it?
Really? Okay, so just takes them a while.
What is it? Yes, Evan. I got it.
What do you require?
See if there are any enemies around here.
Now would you look at that?
That's really easy to miss. Loot like this. Good. I've played through this campaign like 3 times already, and I can't even imagine the amount of loot I have missed. It's a pretty damn large game.
Whatever's necessary.
With plenty of detail. Yana's always getting wasted.
I'm injured.
Okay.
Sure. Interesting.
That way?
No money? Nothing?
Scryer?
Okay, so basically just experience.
Zaraka.
We're just gonna free this space because we know we're gonna need it for resources. Might as well clear it while we can.
Freeze them. So much blood.
Yes.
Ah, damn it.
Quite the breeze, isn't it?
Yes.
I'm injured.
Damn it, Yuri.
Corporal?
Yana.
What is it?
Even a winter mage probably has more health.
Yes?
Yeah, he does.
What do you want?
Shit.
They won't stand a chance.
A bookmark.
Now would you look at that?
Okay then. Didn't really remember having him there. I know I've talked to him. Does he give us a quest? I think so. Let's see.
Now would you look at that?
What the blazes? Who are you? Are you with the white robes?
I'm with the elves. Who are you?
Me? Oh, I'm just a collector. Eden's the name. Eden Darrell.
Tahar. What do you mean a collector?
I think he's a treasure hunter.
Well, I guess you could say that, aye. See, if you know where to look, these ruins are a gold mine. Though those purity folk, the tentacle monsters and that bloody fog down south haven't exactly made my job easier in recent days.
Tentacle monsters.
We're looking for Hibernian shards. Any idea where to find them?
Shards? Oh, of course, those. Ah, you should find plenty of them in pretty much every Hibernian ruin out there. They're not worth shit, so I don't usually bother with them, so you shouldn't have trouble finding some.
I see. Well, thanks for the advice. Any idea what the Purity is doing here?
Not really, but if I had to guess, I'd say they're looking for something too. Got plenty of their folks digging through the ruins.
Can I take a look at those treasures of yours? I have coin.
Oh, you mean? Ah, sure, why not? Take a look.
Well, pretty damn cool. Damn. You know what? Give me that. Let's sell a lot of our stuff here. Can bring that price down significantly. Plenty of our loot is just shitty that we don't need, and we can get it at a good price. Let's sell all this crap. Yeah, we're sorely lacking on shields. Not like anyone's using shields here. Have a lot of this same armor. Eventually he's gonna be the one paying us. But 4,000 seems pretty damn reasonable to me. For the quality item we're getting. How about this one? One more willpower. I could give this to... Nah, yeah, I think everyone's fine for now. 4,000, that's reasonable. Just give me that, please. Now, Tahar. 30 HP, we can lose that. We get plus 100. Damn, that's a great ring. And let's give it to you. Certainly you need it.
So, what's the plan?
Oh, that's an awesome purchase. Also, we get an ability as the...
Interesting.
Avatar? Let's see. Bartering, yeah. The last skill allows you to... Well, basically each merchant has more items, they just don't show it to you.
What is it?
And by getting that skill,
That way? Understood.
they would show it to you. There's a lot more valuable items there. Maybe I should get it. But we'll see.
Yes?
Of course.
Purity bastards there.
Ellen's raids. Did you see that?
The fog killed them. Could that be?
The center of the corruption. Yes, it could be. It emanates the same magical signatures as the pools in Leafshade.
Then this must be where it started. The wind must have spread it all the way to Lithuania. That's interesting.
Tahar? Silverhand just sensed something. Death. Are you all right?
I am. We found the source of the corruption. At least, I think so. We'll head back to your camp now.
Oh, excellent.
Was that Silverhand?
It was.
Freeze, isn't it?
Okay. The elves are pretty well garrisoned here. Troops everywhere. Hopefully when they do hand over the base to us, we'll get them. I think we will.
Scrap?
Let's try and save these guys.
Yes.
Yes?
Really should have worked more on portraits like these. I mean, even Merilith has a unique one.
Silverhand said you found the cause of the corruption. Is that true?
I think so. There's a thick, reddish mist spreading all across the middle of the jungle. It kills whoever walks into it.
Any sign of Arlen?
I'm afraid not. But we saw purity in the jungle. They seem to be oblivious to what the mist does.
Silverhand sees. Well, they are not our priority right now. The purity will be dealt with once we've cleared the corruption. Be that as it may, it seems they are not getting anywhere without clearing up that mist.
Maybe there's something you and your winter mages could do about it?
No. No, Silverhand cannot. But he thinks there's someone who can.
You don't sound too happy about it.
Yes, well, he is a complicated character, and that's putting it mildly. He's a priest of Nor.
A dark elf?
Yes, but save for him, Silverhand can't think of anybody who could help us otherwise. You'll need to find him and bring him here. He lives in the old monastery.
The old monastery? What's that?
You don't know. It was once an old cloister devoted to the Guardians, but it burnt down in the War of the Six Races. And it's deserted now, save for a few pilgrims and devoted priests who still live there.
So I'm guessing you want me to go there and convince that seer to come here.
Wraith. His name is Wraith. But yes, that is what he would ask you to do. Silverhand knows you've traveled far already, but unless you know another way to deal with that mist, Wraith seems to be our only option.
All right, I'll try.
Okay then, so go after Wraith.
What do you require?
The monastery should be up here. We'll face some enemies.
Alright, here goes nothing.
Probably a couple of spiders, nothing much. Oh, no. Actually, tainted more here.
Yes.
Come on. That's it.
Let's see.
Monastery is a pretty small map, so we can do it.
Once an imposing monument to the Guardians, the old monastery was destroyed by a tribe of orcs during the War of the Six Races. Though plans to restore it to its former glory have been voiced by the Crown ever since, it remains a ruin to this day. Instead, every Guardian's clergy pledged to send one priest to the monastery to tend to the pilgrims who still travel there in search of serenity, or sometimes a miracle.
Okay, according to the map, the old monastery should be up ahead. We need to find this Wraith, and we need to do it fast. Who knows how fast this corrupted fog will spread.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah. So anything involving dark elves
Let's do this.
would get me excited.
Now would you look at that?
Nice, we already have it, but can always sell more.
Interesting.
So for those of you who do... Wait. Yeah, okay. For those of you who do enjoy SpellForce lore and mythology, you will get access to all of the priests of the different gods. And you can ask them about each one of them. Wraith, of course, isn't the nicest of fellows. So he might be a bit of a dick.
Corporal?
She's dishing out good damage, but he gets hit way too hard. Okay, time to level them up. Yeah, let's get this. As for the avatar, yeah, this is the skill tree you want to go on to get bartering. Eventually I might do an avatar focused on this skill tree just to see where it leads. For now I won't do that, of course. Raise is gonna be useful in the late game. I'll get more leech. Gore. I'm guessing spell power. Wait. Oh yes, we'll get more fireball. Area. Can't increase anything on her auto attacks. Deadeye would be good, but let's increase her critical chance.
What's next?
Let's just keep clearing the map. It's a small map, so...
Help!
Okay, let's help him. Damn, Gore, calm down.
Is there anything
Interesting. Yes?
Come on.
By the Guardians. Thank you. That was a bloody close call. You certainly aren't a priest. Are you a pilgrim?
Not really.
Oh. Then what brings you here? Not the best time to travel across EO, I'm afraid.
Well.
I'm looking for a dark elven priest. Any idea where he could be?
Ah, yes. That Wraith fellow. He's south of the old monastery. But a word of warning, he's not the most talkative of folks.
I see. Thanks.
It's the least I can do. Anything else?
Yeah.
What were you doing all the way out here?
Me? Oh, just plucking berries for today's meal. Lately the wildlife has gone pretty crazy, though. I wonder if that has anything to do with this blood burn everybody was talking about a moon ago.
That's all. Thanks for your help.
You're welcome, child. May Hirin's winds carry you swiftly.
Priest of Hirin. Hirin was one who struck Malachi.
You read my mind.
Thought he would
Yes.
was basically a god.
Huh?
And also the one who intervened. Well, basically all the gods intervened in the War of the Six
Now would you
Races.
look at that?
That would make such an awesome game. I mean, come on. Grimlore, please get on that. Okay, there's loot there, and I missed it again.
What do you require?
The War of
I'll
the
do
Six
what's required.
Races would be just awesome. Such an awesome setting for the games. Of course, you'd get some...
I'll be swift.
So, what's
The gods would intervene, which takes some of the mystery away from it. But we would get the Fieldar as the villains. Holy shit, bear, get out of their area.
Yes.
Huh? What do you want?
We have a bucket load of pelts.
Understood.
I wonder how much it's worth. Let's see. 18, 30. Well, not horrible. Should fetch us a decent price. Of course I want to save it all. When we do actually want better loot or decent plans.
Of course.
For the fire wielders!
Just give the word.
So this is Wraith's shack. Let's clear it. Eventually I'll want to return here.
Okay, I don't think we have a choice. Let's take a look at Wraith's shack.
Okay, how the hell do you know that? But...
Interesting.
Okay then. Maybe we should go meet him first. Just to make things a bit more thematic. There's another side quest over here.
Sure.
Pretty damn easy to miss. But for those of you who explore, you should be able to get it.
Another traveler. Did you also come for Nathaniel and his holy water? If so, don't even bother. He's a charlatan.
Huh?
Ah, then... never mind.
No. Wait. You people look like you can defend yourselves, right?
Why? What happened to you?
The short version? My father heard stories about a holy priest of Tiara who sells holy water from a holy fountain that can apparently cure my disability.
Son, it wasn't that simple.
As it turned out, that holy priest was a charlatan. We paid most of our savings for his cleansing water, and of course it didn't do anything. Now we're broke. That is, unless you could help us.
This is not their responsibility, Henry. Thank you for listening, but we should go now.
Well, Nilos has a pretty damn good voice actor.
Wait, tell me more.
But what? Would you rather come back to Mother without a single shotting coin in your pocket? Let that fucking bastard get away?
Watch your language, son. Whatever happened, we are on holy grounds here.
Yes, Father. I know.
What's wrong with Henry?
Oh, he has the palsy. He was never able to walk or do any physical labor. Since then, my wife and I have tried everything to cure him, but it didn't work. Though that, of course, doesn't mean we've given up.
Actually, I think it will be better. It's just the way I am, and no amount of holy water and sermons is going to change that.
Come on, Henry, don't say that. The moment you surrender is the moment you lose, as Neathuff always says.
Why don't you talk to this priest instead?
Well, I don't know. I guess because you can call me many things, but not imposing. I'm an architect, not a warrior like you. Also, it's just a pouch of coin. He tried his best, so did we, and it didn't work. That's just the way the world works sometimes.
Well...
Huh. Can you tell me more about this holy water?
Well, only what I've already told you. It comes directly from a fountain near the old monastery, and drinking it has the power to heal. And yes, I know how this must sound to you, but as I said, there have been numerous reports of people getting cured. Our neighbor's son who fell and broke his back, an old man who even regained sight.
But there's no way of knowing these healings actually happened. And even if they did, it might have simply been coincidence. Alchemy cures diseases like magic does, but not this nonsense.
Huh. The boy is more reasonable than his father.
Ouch.
Well, maybe you're right. It did not work after all. But I don't know. This man simply didn't seem like a liar to me.
Huh.
Yeah, we'll try it.
All right. Let me see if I can talk to that priest. Where is he?
Are you?
Yes, we are. That man is in the south. His name is Nathaniel, and he's a priest of Tiara, so you should recognize him. And thank you.
Fine, if you think it helps.
Yeah, it will. Well, let's try not to kill him.
Nothing.
We do get different options of dialogue. I think there's a correct one.
Yes?
Correct way of not pissing off either one of them.
Zalrak.
Not sure if we can pay to help them out. Have a lot of coin.
Corporal?
Shouldn't be that much.
I am ready.
They should be paying me for all this backtracking.
Now would you... Greetings. Are you Nathaniel?
Yes, that would be me. How may I help you?
I had a chat with an elf called Nilas. He was here with his son, and he told me that you sold him some healing potion that didn't work. Now they hardly have the money to return to Everlight.
Ah, yes, I remember him. The architect with a crippled boy. He was very generous indeed. I'm saddened the potion didn't work, but there's not much I can do. And yes, I accepted a donation and I gave him a vial of healing water in return. I never specified the amount of said donation.
Yeah.
Wait, you said that the donations are voluntary.
That doesn't make any sense. Why would anyone give up their entire life savings just like that?
The followers make their donations at their own discretion. Yes, everyone has to make a donation before drinking from the Blessed Spring, but we always ask them to donate whatever they can afford. It is not our intention to destroy lives. Some followers believe that bigger donations result in more grace from the Guardian, and yes, obviously this isn't true, and we do all we can not to perpetuate this misconception.
Yeah,
but that
right.
does not stop people from doing it.
Huh. So how do you explain that the holy water didn't work?
Well, the Guardians work in mysterious ways. We never promise that the water will work on everyone, but it does work though. Be sure of that. I've seen it with my own eyes. I saw lepers tearing off their robes to reveal a healed body. Blind men seeing the colors of the leaves for the first time in their lives. So how could we deny these souls-seeking help a chance at something so wonderful?
These cases you mentioned could simply be a coincidence.
Yes, I have considered that. But the Guardians work in mysterious ways. All we priests can do is serve them and bring their gifts into this world. Whether they choose to perform a miracle or not is their choice.
All right, I think I've heard enough. Well,
Yeah,
if you're
let's
saying
not
the
be a
truth,
dick.
then you're not to blame. Thanks for clearing that up. Sorry for accusing you.
You have nothing to apologize for. Nihilus only did what he thought was best for his boy, and we should not judge him for his desperation. Wait a moment. Here, please give him this. It's just a bit of gold, but it should be enough for a carriage to Everlight. And again, I'm sorry the Blessed Spring couldn't help. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Well, that could have ended a lot worse.
Is there anything you need?
Let's keep on going, and you know what? Since we have to meet Wraith, I would like to get the talk first, but he's gonna be a dick, as most Dark Elves are. This is probably gonna be useful in Bargagor. But there's also Purity, so not just orcs.
So, what's the plan?
So yeah, we'll go to Wraith's shack first, then we'll talk to him.
Let's see. All right. So I talked to the priest. Seems he gave you the real holy water and it simply didn't work. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't.
Yes, that is what I expected.
What about the gold? Did you get it back?
Only a part of it. The priest actually gave it to me voluntarily. He told me that the price you paid, Niels, was a donation.
You... what?
You're in no position to question me, son. I only did what I thought was right.
Right. Putting our family in debt for some stupid vial of water? What? Did you think the more gold you sink into that fountain, the more interested Tiara would be to pay me a visit?
Well, maybe you're right. It was a stupid idea. But at least we got enough money to afford the journey back now.
Yeah.
So, you're an architect, right?
I guess I am, yes. Why?
This might sound a little odd, but I could use someone with knowledge of elven structures in my camp. It would just be for a while, and who knows, maybe the mages there can even find a way to help your son.
More holy waters and rose wreaths?
No. Alchemy and magic.
Well, that's an interesting offer. So this army of yours, what do you fight?
All sorts of things. We're just trying to keep the world safe from threats.
That's ambitious. But, I could actually use some good work after spending on all these treatments. Where is this camp of yours? We could discuss the details there.
A long way off. But just meet me at the border and we'll talk there. I can tell you all the details.
Sounds interesting. All right, then I will wait for you at the border. Henry, are you coming?
Definitely.
Just give the word.
Of course he is.
Will do.
Okay, let's go over here. We have the Godstone up here, but... ah, damn it. It's pretty damn far away anyway. Oh, spiders.
Patience! Not yet.
Well, might be good against the purity, maybe? I'm sure we'll be facing a lot of mages. Okay, I'm not sure how we trigger that event. There should be a dialogue or something. I'm sure it's not the note, or is it? No, it isn't.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay then, we'll meet Wraith first.
Corporal?
Good move.
This doesn't seem to be doing anything. Yeah, let's keep going.
What do you require?
And I think there's a godstone there, so we can return.
I understand.
And as I said, there's a lot of priests over here of the different gods, but I won't talk to them. They're just gonna give you small descriptions of each guardian.
I am ready.
And that would take ages. And there's the godstone. Let's link it with that one.
Huh?
And let's search for Wraith. Should be over here.
What do we need?
Is there anything you need?
More travelers. What do you want?
Are you Wraith?
Who's asking?
I mean, all of these are pretty...
A friend of Silverhand.
That doesn't make it better. Listen, I'm not in the mood for a chat. If it's sermons you came here for, go talk to the other pilgrims. I'm sure they can't wait to bombard you with their stupid, idiotic blathering.
We need your help. The Moorhere elves are suffering from a plague called the corruption. They've traced down the cause of it to the Haalâyash ruins in Leafshade, but...
Please, hold it right there.
Why?
I don't care. I'm sorry, but I simply don't. Now, is there anything else you need? No? Then thank you and goodbye.
I was told you're a priest of Nor. Is that true?
Was. Not anymore.
Why?
Blazes, what part of I don't want to talk to you didn't you understand?
If you haven't noticed already, this is Wraith the Black, the one who becomes a circle mage as well.
Look, the Moorhere really need your help.
And I really don't care.
Wow. There I thought altruism was dead.
Look, girl, if life taught me anything, it's that there's far too many people who care far too much about other people's business. I won't be one of them. And even if that were different, the Moorhere would be the last people I'd help. They are the epitome of self-importance and arrogance. I owe them no loyalty. Now, please, move along. I have things to do.
All right.
The roasting is so intense.
Let's go take a look around. Maybe
Yeah,
someone
they're
else
twitching.
can help us.
Good luck with that.
What do you want?
Okay, let's keep asking them all.
Huh? Can I help you? I haven't seen you here before, have I?
Can you tell me anything about Wraith?
What's a Wraith?
The Dark Elf.
Oh, that one. No. No, I don't think so. Not the nicest of fellas, I have to say. Always got that grim look in his eyes.
Okay, then.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Sure. May you feel safe in Shauna's love like
Okay,
a dumpling wrap.
A pilgrim. What a nice sight. We haven't had many since that bloodburn plague broke out. How can I help you, child?
Yeah, not exactly.
Can you tell me anything about that Dark Elf?
I am not sure. We never talked much to begin with.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, friend. Safe travels.
Another pilgrim. How may I help you?
The Dark Elf, Wraith. Can you tell me anything about him?
The priest of Nor.
Yes, we need him, but he won't cooperate.
Well, I'm sorry. but I don't know much about him myself. Only that he came here about 6 moons ago and did nothing but stare into the sky since then.
Well...
I'll be on my way.
Of course. The Guardian's grace be upon you.
One of them has the solution.
Oh, hello, stranger.
No, I just arrived.
Well observed. Yes, I am.
Do you know anything about that dark elf? Why is he here?
Oh, I'm afraid I wouldn't know about that. He's very taciturn. But you've probably noticed that yourself.
Look, I really need his help. A lot of lives depend on it. Can you think of any way to convince him?
I don't know. I've seen him pray at an altar in his shack some time ago, so maybe if you go there... but no, you shouldn't do that. Not without him knowing.
Okay, I don't think we have a choice. Let's take a look at Wraith's shack.
He's surely gonna like that.
Yes? As you want.
Oh shit, you...
Yes? Now would you look at that?
There it is.
Let's
Okay,
see.
so we actually need to talk to him first.
Interesting. Huh. A drawing. A boy and a woman.
Oh, that's tragic. Do you think they were his family?
Maybe.
No. Shit. Damn it. That's it.
Yes?
Now he's surely gonna like that.
Yes?
We found the memorial. And the drawing. Was that your son?
Claws of Nor. You're really starting to get on my nerves, you know that? Who the heck do you think you are?
Look, lives are at stake here. Don't you get that? People will die if we don't stop the corruption. Men, women, children. You know what it's like to lose someone, don't you? Then why don't you just help us? I don't get it.
Because it's pointless. It's also goddamn pointless anyway, so why even try?
What's pointless? Why?
That boy. He was my son. The Bloodburn took him, together with my wife.
The Dark Elves were affected too?
What did you think? That Nor protects us? Our white hair? Nonsense. Everybody without magic was in the line of fire.
I'm sorry. When did that happen?
6 moons ago. But please, spare me the verbiage. You're not sorry because you didn't even know them. You wanted to appeal to my better self, and it worked. Good job. So, yes, I'll come with you and take a look at that fog. If there's anything I can do about it, I will. If I can't, then bad luck. Give me some time to gather my things. I'll meet you at the mountain pass.
Okay then. He's not nice, but he's effective, of course. Okay, let's travel back to Haalâyash.
When the sun shines onto the turquoise marble of old Haalâyash, it is difficult not to admire the greatness of what was once the largest Hibernian city on Io. Only the story of its creation may dampen an explorer's enthusiasm. Like most...
Okay, so the RTS section of the map won't start right away. But... yeah, he's already there. Let's go there. We'll leave the troops over here.
What is it?
We'll rally them later. This is gonna be... yeah, just a small cutscene, I think. Before we start the RTS section. So we might as well do it.
What do you require?
We'll start with a pretty big base.
Yes.
So I'm expecting the video not to last that long. But I always say that.
Yes.
Wraith, what a pleasure to see you.
Sure. Where is that corruption, or whatever you call it? And what is it?
It's a plague, much like the Bloodburn, only that it seems to spread through nature. Whoever or whatever gets infected becomes completely crazy.
Like the rabies.
Only that it affects humans and tree ants too. There's a giant red fog down south, and we believe it's the cause of the corruption. But whoever enters it dies.
Any ideas? Could that be black magic?
It's possible. I'll have to take a look at it. Can you show me?
Certainly. Tahar, could you take their new friend and Varden to the fog? Silverhand will stay here and protect the camp.
All right. Yes, sure, I can take you. Follow me.
That's it. That's the fog.
I see. Yes, that's definitely black magic. Necromantic miasma, to be precise. Though it's been a long time since they were used, because they're practically uncontrollable. The last noted occurrence was during the Hibernian era.
Used? So you think someone caused this deliberately?
I don't know. If so, that someone would have needed knowledge of Hibernian rituals.
But can you cure it?
No. But let me try something. Good.
A golem? What for?
Well, to find out what's behind this, we need to get to the center of it. But since I doubt any of you would like to get that fog into your lungs, I found ourselves someone who doesn't mind. I see what he sees.
Good thinking.
Stand back. A man. There's a man, he... Gnaw's claws. That was quicker than expected.
But you saw someone, right?
Yeah. An elf. More here, by the looks of it. Shaven head and a scar on his scalp.
Wait, Arlen? No, that's impossible. How did that scar look like?
It stretched from his forehead to the top of his head. And he had a long brown beard.
Yes. Yes, that's Arlen Finrior, our first scryer, but... I don't understand. Why is he here? How come the fog doesn't harm him?
He's controlling it.
I beg your pardon?
I said he's controlling it. It's the only explanation. And as long as he's alive and upholding the spell, there's nothing I can do about the fog.
What now?
Well, as I see it, there's only one way to end it. We need to disable him, or what he used to summon the miasma in the first place.
How?
Complicated. But let's discuss that at the outpost. Silverhand will want to be involved in this.
Indeed he does.
That's creepy as hell.
Arlen Finrior. That's interesting, to say the least. Do you have any explanation for this, Varden?
I don't.
What a mess. And Wraith, there's absolutely no way to protect oneself against the fog?
No.
Then what can we do?
Let me think. Right now, there's only one solution I can think of. But you won't like it.
Anything is better than nothing. Tell us.
Finrior used Hibernian necromancy to conjure that plague. We could use Hibernian necromancy to end it.
How?
By conjuring something a bit more... powerful. Something that can withstand the miasma and end Arlen's spell, one way or another. However, I can't do that on my own. Hibernian necromancy is complex and not my area of expertise.
What do you need then?
Well, ideally, the grimoire of an Hibernian Valis, a shaman, but I doubt we'll be that lucky. However, Hibernian crystal shards will do too. They can help me focus. In other words, our best bet would be to look through the ruins for these.
Hibernian crystal shards? Like the ones they used for their portals?
Yes. If you can bring me a handful, that might be enough to channel my magic for the ritual.
I'm not sure. You wanted to search all of Haalâyash just in hopes of finding those shards.
You asked me for a solution, and I made a suggestion. If you don't like it, I'm more than happy to go back to the monastery.
No. I'm sorry, this is all a bit much. Tahar, I hate to ask, but can you take care of this? Silverhand and I need to stay back and make sure the outpost is secure.
I can try.
Thank you. And one more thing. Could you also have a chat with Commander Zyla? You've won a lot of battles, and you could help us set up a proper defense.
I'll see what I can do.
Good. Again, Tahar, we truly appreciate your help.
Well, it is settled then. Tahar will search the Hibernian ruins for the shards, while we tried to keep the purity and the abominations at bay. And Wraith, Silverhand believes we should have a chat. He heard what happened to your family. It's a tragedy, if you insist.
Yeah.
Are you Commander Zyla?
Yes, and you're Tahar. Your eyes. You have something strange about you.
I get that a lot. Listen.
Yeah.
Scryer Merilith said I should give you some advice regarding the defense of this outpost.
Advice, huh? Well, I guess you do know what you're doing, else you wouldn't still be alive, would you? Well then, I have a better idea. Why don't you just have a chat with the workers and tell them what to do? You know, where to put the barricades, towers, the usual. I think we both don't have time for lectures.
Yeah, I can do that.
Good. I trust you fully in this matter. Just make sure to have enough of our workers gather Lenya. Silverhand's mages are eating those bloody leaves like there's no tomorrow.
Lenya? What's that?
Oh, right. I forgot. You're an Evran. Lenya are the plants that grow around Aria pools. The two are very similar, both are infused with magic, only that Lenya plants are far more, concentrated than Aria, and humans don't know how to process it. In short, elven druids and mages need to consume it regularly for their powers.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Then do your best, Tahar. I'll do mine. Corporal?
And there it is. Let me just gather up all of the army. There it is. Quite a considerable force. I have more over here. Yeah, stay there. I want to expand quickly. But since I'm not gonna do anything else for now, yeah, we'll leave it for our next video. So let me just save. That's it. And yeah, we're done. So we've got a lot done in just one video. I wish I had time to do this one as well, but I think I'll be able to go back to it quickly.
Understood.
I hope. I always say that, but we'll get there. So thanks a lot for watching. Leave a like if you did enjoy watching the video, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.